Hey, Algebra, Mr. Florio. Here's the second question in Unit 5, Lesson 1, A Genie in a Bottle. So imagine you were walking along a beach and you toe it something hard. You reach down, grab onto a handle, and pull out a lamp. It's sandy. You start to brush it off with a towel. Poof, a genie appears. He tells you, "Thank you for freeing me from that bottle. I was getting claustrophobic." You can choose one of these purses as a reward. Purse A, which contains $1,000 today. If you leave it alone, it will contain $1,200 tomorrow by magic. The next day, it will have $1,400. This pattern of $200 additional dollars per day will continue. Purse B, which contains 1 penny today, leave that penny in there because tomorrow it will magically turn into 2 pennies. The next day, there will be 4 pennies. The amount of pennies in the purse will continue to double each day. How much money will be in the purse after a week, after 2 weeks? Well, let's look at it. We have purse A, and we'll look at, I'll do purse B. Okay, so they both start off with, let's say, we start with $1,000 in the first one. Purse B is going to start off with 1 cent, which is $0.01. So I'm just converting that into dollars. So this is like today, we'll call it day 0. Now I want to see what's going to happen after a week. So day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we also want to see 2 weeks. So I'm going to go all the way to 14 days. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we're just getting $1,200 or $200. So after a day, I'm going to gain that $200. After another day, I'm going to gain another $200. And then after another day, another $200. So I'm at $1,600, $1,800, $2,000, $2,200, 24. So after 1 week, I'll have $2,400, and then $2,600, and $2,800, 3,000. Let's see, 32, 34, 36, and $3,800. So that is if we go with purse A. After 14 days, I'll have 3,800. After just 1 week, I'll have 2,400. Now let's see how much that one with the doubling the penny goes. So if I double that penny, after 1 day, I'm just going to double 1 cent, which is 2 cents. And then I'll have 4 cents, and then 8 cents, and then 16, 32, 64, $1.28. And then let's see, that's going to be 2.56, and that's going to be 5.12. And then we're going to have 10.24, and then we'll have 20.48. Just keep doubling it. And then I'll have 40.96. And let's see. I'm just going to do this on the calculator. 40.96 times 2. So that's 81.92. And we're going to take that and just times it by 2. And $163.84. Okay. So purse B, after a week, I have $1.28, much less than purse A. And after 2 weeks, now I have $163.84, which is still less than purse A. So that answers number 1. Number 2, the genie later added that he will let the money in each purse grow for 3 weeks. So how much money is there going to be in 3 weeks? Let's try that again. I'm going to go to per se, and I'm going to start on day 15. Then we'll go to day 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 days. That's 3 weeks. And for purse A, let's see. I was at 38, so now I'm going to be at 4,000. And keep adding 200, so that's 4,200, 4,400, 4,600, 4,800, 5,000, 5,200. Okay. Just keep adding 200, and we can kind of power through it. And then for purse B, we're going to continue to double this. So we're at 163, so that's after 14 days. So on day 15, it'll be that. So that's day 15. Times that by 2, day 16. Times that by 2, day 17. Day 18. Day 19. Day 20. And then day 21. So after 21 days, wow. So we have $20,971. $20,971 and 52 cents, I think it was. Yep. So this is money, right? Which one has making more money now? The thing to notice here is purse B, which was making much less money at first, finally all of a sudden has overtaken purse A. It's actually making more money now. A lot more money. $5,000 is nice. $20,000, almost $21,000 is much better, and it's only going to get better because on day 22, this is going to be over 40,000. Day 22 in purse A, you're only going to have 5,400. So big difference. Now let's do this for day 30, and I'm just going to come up with a shortcut because I don't feel like keep adding 200 30 times. So what we just essentially are doing is we start off with for purse A. Let's come up with a rule. We start off with 1,000. That's our starting point. It's like our y-intercept. And I'm going to add 200. You can think of that as our slope, our rate of change. We're adding 200 time for each day. So purse A is going to be that much money. And if we're going to have 30 days, then it's going to be, let's see, $1,000 plus the $200 a day I get for 30 days. And let's just do that in this calculator. So I start off with 1,000. And I'm going to add 200 30 times. And that's going to give me 7 grand. So after a month, I'm going to have $7,000, which is much better than not having that money at all. I'm glad I ran into that lamp. The purse B, on the other hand, what's happening here is a little bit harder to see, but we can kind of come up with it. I'm going to go back up here. You start off with a cent, and you just multiply it by 2 to get the next day. So to get this, I just took my cent and multiplied it by 2. Here, I took my 1 cent and I multiplied it by 2, and then I multiplied it by 2 again. So I started off with this. That was what I had the day before, and I multiplied it by another 2. Here I had 1 cent to start off with, and I multiplied it by 2 3 times. And then here I had a cent, and I multiplied it by 2 4 times. And then I multiplied it here by 2. So I had a cent, I multiplied it by 2 5 times. Multiplying by 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 5 times, that's just 2 to the 5th. This is really just 2 to the 4th. This is really just 2 to the 3rd. This is really just 2 to the 2nd. So down here, it's going to be 1 cent, and I'm going to multiply it by 2 6 times. So on day 6, you just multiply it by 2 6 times. If I wanted it on day 14, I had a cent to start off with, and I multiplied it by 2 14 times. So that's the formula here. I think we're just going to take our original cent, and I'm going to multiply it by 2 d times, where d is the number of days. So on day 30, I'm going to have my 1 cent, and I'm going to multiply it by 2 30 times. And what do we get? Well, this will be a little bit quicker, 0.01. We're going to multiply that by 2, 30 times. And I'm going to get, oh, wow. I don't know if you would have guessed this, but we have over $10.5 million right now. This is $10,737,418.24. 418.24. So after 1 month-ish, we have 30 days. Purse A, which started with $1,000, is now up to $7,000. Not bad. Purse B, on the other hand, started at 1 cent, and now it's at $10 million. So that's quite the difference between Purse A and Purse B. Anyways, we're just illustrating exponential growth here. The Purse B is the one that's growing exponentially. It's multiplying by a factor of 2. You're multiplying by 2 every time, which is going to grow a lot faster than adding 200 every time. Adding 200 is nice, but even though we started out with a big number like 1,000, just adding 200 only got me to $7,000 at the end of the month. Even though I started with just a penny, doubling that eventually overshot it and got me all the way up to $10 million after a month. So exponential functions, exponential growth increases much faster than when we just do linear growth.